and I love to see the change. What brought forth the change though?
I think we saw the maturity of these groups, specifically Melanin In Multifamily, but others as well. And we saw that that was the stickiness. And we want to be a part of that. Now, there's always going to be, we're a big $47 million organization with a big staff. There's always going to be concerns about the legalities of these groups, right? We don't want to attach ourselves too closely because we don't have any control over what Melanin In Multifamily does or any of these other groups. However, we want to incubate them. We want to treat them carefully so that we can grow them because again, we think it's a great augmentation to your NAA membership. So that's been a lot of the discussions on staff for the past 5 months is legally what can we kind of create so that we're not responsible for some crazy thing that might happen in one of these affinity groups, all the while connecting ourselves and being a resource. Even so much as like one of the initiatives is we're going to have a web page on the NAA website. If you're interested in affinity groups, here's the exhaustive list of affinity groups. Please know these are not us. We don't have any control over what they do or what they say or how they behave. However, we want you to know that they exist, and we encourage you to go in and research them and find a group that connects with you and your background and what your interests are. So I think that was the change, just seeing that, just honestly seeing it. You guys are very visible, not because you're all black ladies, but because we see you at events and you're enjoying each other. You're enjoying each other's company. You're maturing to a level now where you're having receptions, you're getting sponsors, you're getting t-shirt and swag. This is a group that we want to be affiliated with, right? We're just glomming onto your success.
You know what? I love it because NAA is a smart machine. And you said, hey,
Right.
it is what it is, and we're being authentic and real. We see what's going on, and we want to be a part of it before it gets to going too big. And
Right.
hey, I'm going to say it. I love that I'm already a part of the board. I'm
Right.
already part of the Noir board for Melanin In Multifamily. Thank you so much, Monica, because it's getting bigger and bigger and being more effective. In 2024 is all about transformation and changing lives, because when this industry changed lives. You can start out being a leasing agent in this industry and become the VP of a company off of a high school diploma. I mean, let's just be honest. And your CAM being your bachelor's degree, your CAPS being your master's degree. Like, it happens like that, and that's what this industry lays forth for people. So we've talked about NAA, we've talked about Disney, we talked about association work. Let's talk about Josh being a dad. Before we run out, let's just talk about Josh on a personal level. Who is Josh as a family person, a dad? What do you do on the weekends?
Well, Josh needs a hobby is one thing. I was thinking this morning, I was just getting ready. I was like, I don't know what happens to hobbies. Like when you're little and younger, like you have all these hobbies and things you do, and then you start working and you start parenting and you kind of lose yourself. So Josh is a dad of a college sophomore who needs to find what his passion is outside of work, is where Josh is right now. And that's kind of my focus for 2024. When you see me, I need you to ask me, like, what's your hobby? What group did you join? Because I need to start joining groups. I moved from Orlando to Virginia a year and a half ago for this job. Also because I have family members here. I have my parents who are elderly and they're getting on in age, and I want to be there with them and for them at this time. I have my sister and my nieces. So that's kind of was the impetus to move up to Virginia. But it also meant I have to find some friends because I was in Orlando for 20 years. So that's not always easy as a 50-year-old man, like trying to find like who's my friend group. But in terms of my daughter is a spectacular individual. I'm so proud. Best thing I ever did. I know people say that all the time, but she really is my accomplishment. She is on a full ride academic scholarship to Purdue University. She's studying civil engineering. She is way smarter than me. And she'll let you know that too. She'll tell you. And she's just having the time of her life. When our kids go, if they go to college or if we can get them to that next step, it's a huge accomplishment for us. But to see her really embracing and quite frankly, getting overextended like her father did in college. She's in every club, every sorority that you can pick. But I love that. And she has that same sort of organizational management background that I do. So she's like calling me and she's like, Dad, I had a court board call today and I had to talk to the alumni of the sorority and try to see if I could get them to donate items for our silent auction. I'm like, you have your father's job. You and I do the same thing. You're just doing it for the sorority and I'm doing it for a job. So it's kind of cool to see that too. But she's thriving, and It was just a real pleasure to be a parent. I think it was just something I was meant to do. I was actually pretty good at it. I think. I hope you could ask her.
You know what? That's amazing. So my husband has a 25-year-old son that I get to be a bonus mom to. That he well, actually, he's finishing some classes in college right now because he's going to school to be a physical therapist. But he's also about to get married this year. So we have
Oh
an
my gosh.
amazing daughter-in-law with an. I mean, like, so you're right. When you've accomplished those things as a parent and you get to see your child thrive, there is no other feeling like it. And
Oh
we
yeah.
have I have the pleasure of having a loudmouth 6-year-old that's in the
Oh
first grade. And you're right, woof. And so I can't wait to see him thrive and get on out the house and do those next steps also.
yeah.
So Josh is looking for hobbies. Josh needs some friends out there in Virginia. So Dana,
Josh
you're
needs to
out
date.
there.
Josh also needs to date. If you're looking to date, I'm here.
Dana, you're out there in Virginia. Hook Josh up with some friends because we know you know everybody because you stay on
Yeah.
the go set.
If not, I'm
So
just in my
what's
apartment
next
just
for you?
watching TV.
So what's next for Josh? Like, is this the role that you're in at NAA? I know we're never gonna lose you, but is that where you're gonna be at? Does that grow out from where it is now? Like, what's next for
Yeah,
Josh
look,
Go?
I've only been here a year and a half, and I love the fact that I could carry my 8 years with FAA and then now move it into NAA. So I've got to stay in the industry, but I get to try new things and be, at a bigger castle. But I'm here for a while for certain. I'm enjoying my job. It's full of challenges. Like I said, NAA is really focused right now on the volunteer and member experience, and that's my wheelhouse. So as long as we're focused on that and what our members are getting out of membership, I'm excited and I'm invigorated each day to come to work and do the work, and I love it. So this is what's in it for me. I'm loving being in charge of not just the membership and the affiliates, but also the meetings department, also NAAEI. Those are also my areas, and they each have great things that they're doing. EI is doing some really cool stuff with the growth task force, trying to find new ways to reinvigorate that organization and make it essential to the education of people in the multifamily industry. We just launched a new credentialing system that took forever to get off the ground, but now is really doing the great work and making it hopefully easier for AEs like Ty to do their job. And then the meetings department, we are growing that apartmentalized to a size that you can't imagine. We have dreams of making this a really big show. It's already a huge show. It's going to be even bigger and making it more impactful for the people who go to it, adding some cool elements to it that we've not had before. And then also, starting new meetings. We have Cultivate, which is a smaller meeting that we've just launched last year. It's in its second year now for senior leadership to talk about their experiences and really get to know one another and network in a cool way and learn some stuff that's really effective for them and their jobs. And of course, we have Advocate coming up in a few weeks, which we have record attendance for. So everything's just kind of blowing up. I wish I could tell you who our Wednesday speaker is in Philadelphia. It's going to blow your mind. But we don't have a signed contract, so I can't say who it is. But they're really, really a great get. And as you probably already know, we have Marky Mark. We have Mark Wahlberg on Friday, who I think has a lot
Mhm.
of really cool things to say and will be an impactful speaker. So I'm just excited about everything happening at NA. There's a lot of cool stuff happening. We're definitely not sitting around doing nothing. So that's good.
No, there's definitely a lot of cool things going on. And a plug in for me before Mark Wahlberg comes on Friday, Lori Goldman and I will take the stage right before him with a session titled We Don't Belong Here. So it's about imposter syndrome. So please come out, hear Lori and I. Josh, we talked about mentorship, allyship. Mention my name in every room that you're in at
I
NAA.
will.
I'm gonna plug me. When the guy that does NAA TV decide that that's no longer his thing, because he's been doing that for a long time. I mean, it's been years. I
You're
was
right.
interviewed by him one time, so I'm just saying, if he ever decides that that's no longer his thing, please throw my name in the hat. I think I would be
Here we
amazing
go.
to stand on a red carpet and interview people. So just real talk though. Thank
Yeah.
you for the conversation today. Thank you for everything that you share with us. Some of the things that you share with me help me personally. in my career just being an AE. Anybody
Great.
that's out there that's listening, that is looking for a mentor. I know you said, I'm gonna put you on the spot. You said mentorship was important. How, if they say, you know what, I want Josh to be my mentor because I got your email address and your phone number, so I'm just gonna call you sometimes
Oh
now.
my gosh, I would be
'Cause
overwhelmed. I would be so excited to do that. You know what? The thing is, everybody wants a mentor, but no one's asking for one. Go ahead and ask, and you can ask me. I would love to be your mentor.
Josh,
I'd be your
will you
mentor.
be my
Anyone else?
mentor
I would love
for
to be your mentor.
association executive
Absolutely.
work?
We could call each other once a month and just check in with each other, find out what's going on, what challenges you're having, and just talk about life. I think that mentorship is so important. I would not be in this role were it not for Don Mancuso 27 years ago telling me, hey, I think you might want to do association management. You should get your CE. This is how you behave at a meeting. Let me take you to a conference. Let me show you how a conference works. Let me show you how to properly network with people and remember people's names. All those things she taught me, I didn't learn that on my own. She decided that she was just going to do that for me. I don't know why. And here I am today as senior vice president at NAA. So I think it's super essential that people find their people to be their mentors and ask.
Well, you guys have heard it here today on Talking with Todd. Josh Gold is my new mentor. So
You're a
if you're
mentor.
looking for one, call somebody else. I'm going to take up all Josh extra time with pouring into me. So he's already taken. But I like, honestly, I'm going to reach out to you after this call because you're right. People
Yeah,
don't ask, but I am asking today. When I first met Marcy, I put that same stamp on her back. I'm like, you're my mentor, Marcy. And I've been able to speak on so many stages. So I think having different mentors for different areas in our career is super important also. And I'm never planning to leave the association world. And I love Arkansas and all the things that we stand for, and anything that I can do to make us more powerful and a great partner for NAA, that is what I'm willing to do. So to have you feed into me and pour into me would be exceptional. So I definitely look forward to connecting with you.
I would love to. And again,
Definitely.
if anybody wants to be silly, fun, Josh, pull me aside. I'll be silly and fun. I got to be buttoned up in the back of the room. But like if we're in the hallway or we go for drinks after, then you get to meet silly, fun Josh, which he's a great
Okay.
guy.
So we're gonna hold you to that because the next melanin and well, the next event that we have, which we'll see you in DC. So I'm
Right.
gonna talk to my melanin girls, and we're gonna make sure that even without the whole group, that the Noir Club gets a chance to really sit down with you because I'm gonna
Sure.
be shady with you off screen. We've had some conversations about you on the phone, Josh. Like we want to know Josh's position and really where does he stand.
Oh,
So I'm glad. Hey, I'm glad that we were able to see where you stand. And I think that being able to just have some drinks with you and really just get to know you as a person
sure.
and just really bond that relationship. I look forward to doing that with you and just to picking your brain and learning so much from you. And
It would be
before
my
we end today, Josh, is there anything else that you want to say to the people out there?
You know what? The only other thing I wanted to mention, and this is a lesson from Disney, so it's a good one to end on, is Disney does a great job of a lot of training and all that stuff that they do, but they also are very focused on empowering their cast members. Every cast member can make any decision up to, I think, a $500 impact, which is a lot, but not a lot. So when there's someone at the front desk or someone in the parks who's having a bad experience, that person doesn't have to ask a boss. They don't have to go to someone else for permission to make something happen. Try to do that in your own organizations. Try to find whether it's a monetary amount or a thing that you can allow someone to do. Let them do it on their own. Trust them that they're not going to blow that opportunity and they're going to use it for good, not evil. Because I saw that one tenet, that one philosophy make such a big impact at the Walt Disney Company. Whether I was, walking the parks and I'd see a cast member go get ice creams for an entire family because they seem to be having a rough time, or they were able to make something happen that wouldn't normally happen. It can happen at Disney, but it can happen in your organization too. Whatever that thing is, just make stuff happen for people, but more importantly, let your frontline employees do those things without permission and know that they're not going to get fired for doing that. They were doing the right thing for the organization. That's
And
what I'm
that's
going to leave.
what makes these magical.
Right.
That's what makes it magical. I love that. Empower your people. I'm going to take that into my association as I bring in somebody else. And I love that. But I got to go get the owner. I got to go find out if you empower your people to be able to make those decisions. It really does change the customer experience.
Absolutely.
So
Ty, it was so great
thank
talking to you
you.
today. I'm so excited to see you in a couple weeks.
I am excited to see you also. And I'm just excited to continue to work with you, to serve with you, and just continue this fight that impacts the lives of the members and the residents that live in the multifamily industry. Josh, thank you so much. It's been my absolute pleasure having this conversation with you. And I'll see you in a few weeks.
I'll see you. Thanks, Ty. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Have a good day. Thank you.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.